Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, freaks, fools, and others. The date today is November 26th, 2023, and we got a lot to talk today. We got a lot of topics. We got topics in terms of, we got some conspiracy theories, we got some news we got to talk about, and some scientific contents, and obviously everything through the eyes of a Stoic. And with that, I do have a little poem or a little rap about what this Stoic Log is all about. So I'm going to start off with that, So get ready for the beat drop. Oh, I guess just a little heads up is that there's not going to be any background music or anything like that, but in the future I might try to come up with a little jingle for it, you know what I mean? So this is how it goes. Stoic vibes is the rhythm of life, through the struggles and the strife. News, conspiracies, philosophies, in these logs it's a symphony. Pretty cool, right? I think this kind of summarizes what this log is going to be all about. And without further ado, let's jump, I guess, right into it. So this time around, I did kind of do a little bit more research and have some facts to back up the content that I want to kind of cover. So the first thing I wanted to go over is, so I was scrolling through my phone and I came across this topic. So it goes something like this: the most powerful cosmic ray since the oh my god particle puzzles scientist. And this is by the Nature, which is a British weekly scientific journal from obviously London. And so let me quote what they said. So this is just like one of the first sentence from the article. It goes: scientists have detected the most powerful cosmic ray seen in more than 3 decades. But the exact origin of this turbocharged particle from outer space remains a mystery, with some suggesting that it could have been generated by unknown physics. And so it turns out the source of the ray seems to be coming from a void-like region where basically there's no galaxies or anything there, so it's just coming from nowhere. And they got some explanations for this. So, well, not explanations, but they're trying to understand like why it's coming from a void-like region. And one of the things they mentioned is that they said that there could be some miscalculations with the models in terms of estimating the direction of where the particle originated. And obviously the second, I guess, idea is that the ultra high energy cosmic rays are produced by unknown physical process that might enable them to travel much faster distance than previously thought. So essentially they're saying that, I'm guessing that this is implying it could be aliens. I don't want to say the word aliens, but it's basically unknown origin, or at least we don't have an understanding of how this particle is created. So go figures. And for those of you who don't know what the oh my god particle was or is, I looked it up very recently as well. So basically the oh my god particle is a proton, or like it's a type of subatomic particle with really high energy essentially. And to give you like a perspective, this is about 40 million times more energy than particles produced in the world's most powerful particle accelerator. So it's beyond our capabilities right now. And the first one of similar magnitude was discovered in October of 1991. So it's been a while. Turns out Earth's been getting a lot of those high energy cosmic rays, but obviously we don't understand it at all. And it's significant because of the amount of power this one takes, I guess. So that's a big one in my opinion. And to add to that, I kind of brought this up a while back, but you know how in China, actually let me take a step back here. Something I wanted to kind of discuss in this log is what I'm expecting to see happen in 2024. And there are certain things that's on my mind right now, because obviously there is a lot of political conflicts happening throughout the world. So there's the Israel and Palestine conflict. There is obviously the China-Chinese Taiwan conflict, and then there's the most recent major one, which is well, not most recent. This is like almost 2 years, going on for 2 years now. Is the Russian-Ukraine dilemma, and none of these situations seem to have any ending in sight. So I feel like 2024 things gonna blow up a bit. On top of that, from the US perspective, there's the election that's coming up, so that election might make or break what's going to happen in those major political arenas. On top of that China is having a new virus, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's another new type of COVID coming around. Like I said, right, I got sick like 3 times already, and I'm still healing from that a little bit, so that's why my voice still sounds a bit congested. So we got all these wars going on, we got all these events going on. So this year 2023 is coming to an end, so we only got like about a month and like 4 days left, and God knows what's going to happen in those time frame. One thing I'm looking at keenly is the stock market. That's been doing a lot of that's been giving me a lot of heart attacks, in the sense that, you know, those charts are just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't have any crystal balls or palantir to predict, you know, what's going to happen. But yeah, those are some things that I think will cause a lot of uncertainty in this world. And I guess something that people kind of tossed to the side with all these conflicts is people are still talking about it, but climate change, right? That's also a major factor, and that's something that, you know, we could dive deep into as well. So there's definitely a lot to discuss, and, you know, my mind's just all over the place right now. I don't know what to even focus on. So I'm just trying to get through it, like, you know, step by step, trying to really understand what's going on in this world. Something I guess I could start elaborating a bit more right now is my understanding of what's going on with Israel and Palestine. So obviously most of you guys already know what's going on with the conflict. There's those two groups, there's the Jewish and the Palestinians. I believe they call themselves the Israelites, so different from Israel's, different from the Jews from Israel's. But obviously Israel's the Jews they're in a very difficult position, because they got one of the worst land possible. You know, they're in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by all the Islamic states. But at the same time, you know, the Islamic State, they don't want the Palestinians back. Add to that is now we got the son of a Hamas founder going on UN and, you know, condemning Hamas themselves, which is a very interesting perspective to see. And as someone who's, you know, doing a Stoic Log, I like to see all these different aspects of what's going on. So, and even to me, this looks like this guy actually wants the Hamas gone more than anyone else, which I guess these are things that you don't really come across, because usually, you know, like someone that close is like, I'm curious, like, what made him come to the other side. I should probably go and watch more videos on, like, his historical background, on because I believe he was tortured by both groups. Not tortured, or I guess it could be torture as well, but he was definitely impacted both by the Hamas and as well as the Israel group. So it's definitely interesting to look at things from his perspective as well. And yeah, and then we got what else we got? So we talked about the virus a while back. So yeah, I'll stop it here for today. Oh, actually, no, I won't. There's more things, I guess, I wanted to kind of discuss. Well, not discuss, but lock down of, like, what I did today. So today, okay. So one thing is I'm trying to be less discriminatory, in a sense that I'm trying to avoid indicating things that could identify me, but my age, my gender, my ethnicity, my faith, I guess. So I'm just trying to make this as neutral as possible. Obviously, I'll probably like slip up here and there, so that would be pretty interesting. But in a something I could say about myself. Yeah, sorry that I keep switching between all the topics that we have to do, and also about myself as well. Is so I did play League of Legends. I don't know how many of you listeners are gamers, but that's a game I play pretty frequently. So I don't know with that if you'll be able to guess my age or not. But anyways, I'm still trying to get better at these recordings, right? So I want these recordings to be as as high quality as possible, and I also want to use words that are more accurate, that accurately describe what I'm trying to say. So yeah, still continuing to improve my ability to explain things. Excuse me. Yeah, so in the future, hopefully these recordings get better and better over time, because I do have a semi process set up right now, so where I'm able to generate the thumbnails I want. Because I'm trying to keep them as authentic as possible, in the sense that I try to do everything myself, try not to plagiarize, photocopy, etc. Not photocopy, but not take artwork from other locations, other sources and whatnot. So try to keep it as self-originated as much as possible. I guess in terms of just because we were talking about China, and then we were also talking about those particles, there's this really story that came to my mind, which is called the 3-body problem. I could definitely do a full-on book review about that, but in a nutshell, that's about obviously it happened in China, I believe, and again, this is a fiction, so it's a science fiction story. Essentially, there's an alien species that comes to take over Earth, but the way those aliens come to not abduct, I'm always looking for words. The way that the aliens come here to conquer us is very different, because they are not I believe those creatures are not carbon based. They don't have a physical form like us. So essentially, from lights is of a way, they're able to read our minds. So that's their ability, I guess. So they're able to know whatever our thoughts are, like whenever they're trying to take over, send probes and to come here. They're always a step ahead of us, because they're able to read the minds of every single human. Which, man, if that happens, I don't know how you could even get through that. So I didn't read that full story, but I read brief summaries about it. So the 3-body problem is something I want to really dive into as well when I have some time. What else? Yeah, I'm continuing to read The Sapien, and once I finish reading the book, I'm definitely going to do like a full-on summary about that. And with that, I will stop the log here for today. So stay swole, boys, girls, ladies, gentlemen, freaks, fools, and others.